I was listening to your podcast, which is now my favorite podcast. I'm thinking to myself, this is like the Oracle of Delphi. Like, this is on a completely different level. And then you said I'm the Dark Oracle. I'm like, yes, that's it.
Synchronicity. Right. That's cool.
What is time? And does it exist?
So they tell us that the flow of time is the illusion, right? So the idea is that everything is happening right now.
Yeah.
So it doesn't logically make sense. And this world is, it's ordered. So it would make sense.
It's so ordered.
Yeah.
Does it tend towards order or chaos? Because people would say, oh, the Big Bang was ordered and now it's chaos, but...
See, I have my issues with that. I actually I didn't say so, I just put them on the video, I put it on TikTok. I'm not gonna watch my TikToks. Most people are just gonna...
Yeah, exactly. There is more order in a single human cell than in the first billion years after the Big Bang, when supposedly the universe began.
Yeah, and I get it. He's got a livelihood to protect, and he can't be saying these sort of radical things that go against...
It is highly political. The science...
Yes. There's also an emerging theory that maybe should take hold in like maybe 50 years called the Big Bounce theory, which the idea there is that our beginning, the beginning of this universe, was actually the end of another one. So
yeah,
that it's
infinite. It's like breathing. It's like the universe is breathing.
Right. Every time we evolve, it's sort of like an exhalation, and every time we involve, there's an inhalation.
Right. Yeah, and there's evidence that there is a slight curvature to the universe, ever so slight. There's some evidence to this, which would indicate it's like a gigantic, vortex kind of. It's just kind of.
So there was a video I put out that I was like, what if there was no beginning? What if there was no end?
Right.
Like, what if the beginning and the end are all illusion, right? Who programmed you to believe in beginnings, and who programmed you to believe in endings? Right? You're altering the brain in a way, and so the brain is what kind of limits you. So that tells me if your brain is limiting, why would the brain limit? What would the brain need to limit? So that tells me then that in our true forms, outside of our avatars, we would have to be gods, right? Like, by definition, gods. That's about time. Well, if the flow of time is an illusion and we are all fractals of gods, then we're all existing in the present, then we are technically omnipresent by definition. So all-knowing, I guess you could say all-powerful, and how do you choose to define that? But that would tell me that the intention of this form is actually to limit and restrict, right? So why then would gods choose to play as weak humans? That's the different question. So I'm hyper fixated, and I just want people to get it into their heads. Stop looking out there, right? If you're programmed to expect aliens to be coming out there, you have to literally look in the opposite direction.
That's when I heard you talking about that. I was like, I've never heard anyone else say this.
So what made me stop and comment on your video? So your video was, you put out a TikTok talking about like aliens and dragons, right?
Like, maybe Roku is real. Like, it's a joke. It's just a video game I'm making. But in the thought experiment, Roku is a video game too. And it's like, do I really want to manifest this in reality?
The potential, the probability of it being actualized is there. It's pre-programmed in. What will be has been, is what I like to say. But I put out a video where I said it was like Alpha Tech Company, and they had put out these robots, and they were, I came up with it. And then I put above my head like conspiracy theories of the future. So I thought that would be enough to get
Dr. Holly Graham.
Realize that I was just saying, yes, that's my favorite, my alter ego.
Right.
Also, this is 2022. We don't have robots walking around.
We are. Elon's gonna unveil them in about a month.
Okay, in a month. And then that video, I'm going to repost it again, be like, I told you so. And I had this like tussle, because I have this like chaotic energy. Like, I really am a villain, but I try really hard to be like a good person.
You are a good person. You're a good person.
No, I'm both. But I do try to keep this.
Yeah.
I'm okay with my shadow self, but There's this like chaotic energy where there was a part of me I was like, nah, just leave it. Like, let people just freak out, you know, like definitely.
Optimum Academic Institute is now Optimum College. Those were clips from a 2.5-hour conversation exclusive for our membership. We are only accepting 1,000 members at Optimum College, and there is still room for you.